Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marnise Nicole and I'm an acrylic painter, and today I'm sharing with you Artist Diary number 22, where I'm talking about a few old pieces, a few new pieces, and just sharing what I've been working on the last month or so. So firstly, this piece behind me, again, I've been tentatively calling this Goose. I don't know, for some reason, with a very long and strong, very strong neck, I am calling this piece in front of me Goose. It just reminds me of a goose's neck, and it gives me goose vibes, and it may not make any sense, but to me it's Goose. This is Goose. And I stopped working on it for several weeks. It stayed the same untouched for about 3 weeks now, and mostly I got lost in the piece. I had a very strong vision for what I wanted the piece to look like. I actually had a reference photo in order to give off this very edgy, hard look. But in that time when I was working on a piece, it was just not coming along how I actually envisioned it. And so one, I felt like I needed to stop focusing so much on the reference photo. That was what was taking the edge off, the creativity off. I don't often work with reference photos, and if I do, I'm working off of a reference photo of my face. One tip for new artists is use your own pictures. And luckily for me, in high school, I was obsessed with myself, of my face, of my twin's face. Maybe it's because I was a twin, or maybe it's just because I was a teenage girl and I like to take photos. But I have literally thousands of photos that I own personally, of different poses, of different places, of everything. And so I use those photos to, you know, have as reference if I need to, you know, figure out shadows or figure out such and such. But this time I didn't use a reference of myself, and I focused so much on the reference that I lost what I had in mind for the piece. And so I decided a break was necessary. And the first thing I did after the break, besides obsess on markers, is paint a very small piece. I painted a 4x6, and that is this piece right here, and it is so fun. It's just fun. I just had fun doing it. And sometimes switching from a way big 16x20 piece to a small 4x6, that's it. That's that snap that you need in order to switch gears, because painting on a smaller scale is definitely a different experience, especially when you want the smaller piece to be as impactful as, say, a 20x24 piece. And this I had so much fun playing with. One, I love the expression. I'm going to bring you up close here. And she just seems solemn, and I kind of like these expressive darker pieces. Secondly, I love the layering I did with her hair. From far away, it looks like just a colorful fro. From up close, you can see the texture and everything like that. I love the angle of the piece, and I really love the simplicity of the background. I never really do a lot with my backgrounds, but I do have kind of a preference of how I do my backgrounds, and so this is one of my favorite ways to do this small gradient from dark to light in the background. I feel like it gives the piece more focus. It draws your eye down, and so this is something I've worked on. This has yet to be named, so if you have suggested names, please leave them in the comments below. The next thing I created, and I'm so proud of, I created this piece, and I had no real intention of really making this piece. I had played around in my sketchbook, and I made a photo here. I'll insert it so you can see it, but I made this in my sketchbook, in my realistic portrait sketchbook, where I just play around with making realistic faces to practice on my features. And I never intended for the piece to go anywhere from that. It was for my sketchbook for reference later, but the piece would not leave me alone. I was like, what would she look like with a bluish background? And then the thought process just continued from there. I was stuck on the sketchbook piece, and I was like, maybe I should just paint it. Well, what I did was I took the sketch and I've created something new with it, and that's this piece right here. And I love this piece so much. I feel like I've come so far, and you can tell in this piece. I'm gonna, of course, insert a close-up for you, but this piece, and it's dubbed Where Are You? And this is a piece of a female. She's nude. This is the first time I've tried to really paint boobs or breasts in any capacity, and I just really love it. I love the background, and I love how I did the highlights in the hair. Like from afar it looks like just regular hair with some highlights, but when you get closer you can see those layers and you can see her face and everything, and I love this piece. I had so much fun with this piece, and I can tell the growth from last year to this year. It's completely 100% growth, and that's why I love to track my progress with these videos. It's being able to point out exactly where you were before and exactly where you are now, and I love this piece. And I'm also seeing that my style is there. I have a style, people. I have something. It's particular to me. No one I see online paints like me or stylizes like me, and that means I have my own signature look now, and I can see it in every piece that I do now. It's one developing, but it's there. It's concrete, and it's amazing to me because I have style. I have style. My pieces have style. I could name it if I wanted to, but I'm not that pretentious right now. But just guys, document your progress. Look back on your old work. Look back to what you were doing a month ago. Look back to what you were doing a year ago. It will help you. It will be encouraging. I want you to challenge yourself to paint every single day for a week. And I guarantee that the first day one, you will feel like it was not the best. You will feel like it was okay, it was crap. But if you stick with consistency and you stick with being motivated and trying and putting forth your best effort, by the end of a 7-day time frame, you will have had so much progress, and you can track it. It's feasible. You can see it. And sometimes I like to do is just paint the same picture over and over again, or paint my face over and over again, or sketch it over and over again, because repetition leads to progress. It leads to success. And that's why I always say, don't take a break completely. If you're taking a break from painting, sketch. If you're taking a break from sketching, paint, doodle, use a coloring book, go around to museums to be inspired, but don't just stop cold turkey, because if you stop, it's so much harder to get started again. I have an artist diary, I'll link it down below, where I talked about how it felt having not painted for like a month or two. I had stopped for some reason. I can't even remember what it is back now. I'll have to rewatch my video. But I remember extensively feeling like, oh my God, I can't paint anymore. I don't know how to do it. Like, oh, this is hard. How do I make it look how I wanted to make it look? Like, how do I make it look how I wanted to look? And that's because I took so much time not being able to paint. And now I'm like, oh, I can't go a day without painting. And if I'm not painting, I'm using my markers, which I love. And if I'm not markering, I'm just researching and watching YouTube videos and so much stuff. I have a gallery show coming up, and so I'll get to show you 2 of my pieces on the wall framed in an art show. That's amazing. And this is an art show where you're actually up for a prize, and the work there will be selling, so maybe someone will buy it. I don't know. I'm excited. That's happening in like 3 days. So and so this is this piece, and again, she's called Where Are You? I have, again, a very somber theme throughout my work. I promise you I'm not depressive. In fact, I'm actually overly excitable and happy almost all of the time. Anyway, so now moving on from this piece, what do I do next? That's the question. I kind of want to work on Goose. But I feel like I've gotten to the point where I don't respect Goose as a painting or as my painting, and I feel like if I start working on her, she's going to change a lot, and I don't know if I'm ready for that change. And I know I'm talking about my painting as if it has feelings or is a person or anything, but I'm weird like that. Like, I've personified her. She has a name, so she has feelings. I don't know, guys. Anyway, I'm going to plan on working on her next, and so we'll see what she comes around to. we'll see. I really like her skin tone, and I really like that she has a diesel neck, because that's what it is. It's like I made it purposely like overly powerful, like she has been on every steroid ever existed. But I don't know, maybe it's the hair that's driving me crazy, or maybe it's the white background. I don't know. But she's my next effort, and I am going to put effort into her because effort pays off, people. And I guess that's enough encouragement for today. I've definitely encouraged myself to take another look at this piece, and I will be updating you shortly with my art gallery number 3, and also sketchbook tour. I promise it keeps coming up, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to work on it now. I promise. I promise. All right, guys, my name is Marnise Nicole, and I'm an acrylic painter. And I hope you have felt some encouragement today. Let me know what you're working on in the comments. And if you like what you see, definitely subscribe over here if you want to see my latest video. You can click right here. And otherwise, have a great rest of your day. Bye.